Again, if you don't want to be there, you can turn off your camera, but it's very advisable to have your camera on so everyone can see you. So we're officially beginning the meeting. What we're going to do today is going to be a different type of meeting. We thought that it's time to have a workshop. The reason why we wanted to have this workshop is because evaluation is one of the most important things. Now, the Eagles Toastmasters Club is for public speaking, and public speaking is not really just actually public speaking going on stage. No, public speaking is actually speaking anywhere. If you're talking to a CEO, if you're talking to someone, you're walking outside, because what you learn in the Toastmasters, you get to apply it elsewhere. And what's so special about the Toastmasters is that it breaks everything down. When it breaks it down, it becomes more of a science. And when that happens, you get to just change the stuff that you have been programmed to do naturally or innately. Those at least were some of the points that we learned today in the intelligence workshop, is that in order to just take your career and take yourself and personal growth all the way to the next level, you must take the wheel. And to take the wheel, you need to learn more and work on your self-awareness. All right. So what we're going to do today, which has been taking some time to set up, we want to begin by thanking Abdul for this beautiful opportunity. It's going to be an evaluation workshop. So Mohammed Abdul, if you would take the lead.
Thank you, Mr. President, for the opportunity given. And what we're going to learn today is some techniques which my mentors gave to me, and which I would like to share with anyone and everyone who is interested in speech evaluation. Now, speech evaluation is a technique that we need to incorporate and inculcate in ourselves at the beginning. As a beginner, it is good to follow a certain technique that has been practiced and rehearsed, and which goes along with the contest requirements, the contest judging. And some of the evaluators, once they master this technique, they find their own ways, which is okay. They find their unique ways to improvise and then do evaluation in different way. However, to start somewhere, we need to start somewhere. And starting from a basic, very simple technique is good for everyone. So this is what I'm going to show, the 4 techniques, the 4 points of evaluation of myself, which I have, which help me. Okay, I'm going to share my screen now. Is my screen completely visible to everyone?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Okay, evaluate to motivate. That's the tagline the Toastmasters International says to every evaluator. When you evaluate, you need to motivate the speaker so that he will not run away from Toastmasters. Believe me, this has happened to many Toastmasters, where in his icebreaker, an evaluation was given in such a way that he felt, oh, I'm getting tarnished here, so this is not my place, so they just run away. So when you evaluate, you make sure that you motivate, you give that recommendation in such a way that you motivate. And I'm going to share with you the 4 key points which help me to become to this level. I'm not saying I'm a champion, but it helped me to reach to this level of evaluation using these simple points. And I started with these points, and I still continue to do the same pattern, same technique of evaluation. I hope somebody is timing me. Is there a timer involved, Mr. President?
Yes, I'll be the timer. Do you have a designated time?
I believe we discussed as 15 minutes, right?
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's start at 15. Let me also time it. So let me share with you the 4 points that I have learned, which can help you become successful. Now, one major question is why evaluation? As a speaker, it helps you motivate to do better, and it also helps us to identify what we have and we need to improve, so that we will know what we have to work on. And then it also helps the speaker to try new techniques. You try a new technique and then get the evaluation, get the feedback from the evaluator whether it worked for the speech or not. Not just getting an evaluation, you tried new things. A little while ago we was talking about singing. I mean, that's okay. There is no hard and fast rules to say that you should not bring in theatrical acts into the speech. No, if it will support your speech, if it's applicable for your speech, you can use it. Try new things, unique things, and get the feedback from the evaluator, so that you know how you did well and where you need to improve. And of course, help build self confidence. So these are the things that you need get as an evaluator, as a speaker. You need to be honest in your evaluation. You cannot, I mean, you cannot give points just because you want to make the speaker happy, or you just want to show yourself, at your this level of evaluation, by giving dishonest evaluation, because this way you're not you're not covering the topic of this presentation. Evaluate to motivate. You are basically destroying the speaker. So be honest in your evaluation. If you find something that he did not do well, as per the technique, as per the technique given prescribed by the manual, then you may say it. You need to say it out, but in a polite, motivational way. The words that you use depends on how you motivate the speaker. So be honest in your evaluation. Then straight away, let's get into the 4 points. Point number one: evaluate as an audience. Evaluate as an audience. When you look from the time the speaker is called to the speaking slot, from the time the speaker is called to come and speak, you start observing the speaker, just like you're watching a movie. From the time he gets up from the, of course in a physical meeting, from the time he gets up from the seat, walks to the stage, you can see the confidence that he has. You can you can witness whether he is really walking confidently or whether he's really nervous. You can see that. So you need to observe from the time his name is called until he walks to the stage, and then watch the speech. I'm not saying listen to the speech, I'm saying watch the speech, because I want you to look at the speech, listen and hear and watch the speech like you're watching a movie. I'm sure we all remember, like, we watch a movie in the night the previous day, and the next day you may go and discuss at school with your classmates, right? Why? Because when you watch a movie, the images in your mind, that will help you to recall those things were said, how it acted, how it was reacting, all those scenes. So whenever you listen to a speech, as an evaluator, watch like you're watching a movie. Then point number two: the advanced speaking techniques. Now, how many of you know these advanced speaking techniques? Can anyone tell me? Raise your hands, virtual hand, and just open the mic and speak out. No need to raise, just open the mic and speak out. What are the advanced speaking techniques that you can think of? Anyone? Anyone who has completed level 3 in pathways?
I would say the word play, right? If you're talking about something, it doesn't hurt to use synonyms. So there's going to be a theme, right? And using metaphors, using idioms, etc., etc.
Yes, I mean, yes, this is what I mean. And where you can find these advanced speaking techniques further is in Pathways Level 3 electives. There are so many projects which will help you to learn this. Connecting with storytelling, connecting with your audience, using descriptive language, where you will learn about metaphors, similes, triads, so many other things like what just now Muhammad said, and then vocal variety, body language, and inspiring your audience. Now, whenever you go for public speaking, you need to either motivate or inspire somebody, right, while you give information. So is the speaker, these are the things you need to observe in a speaker. These are the things you need to learn to observe in a speaker. Now, how you can do that is for you to do these projects. So even if you are not, even if you have completed two electives, which is mandatory, I want you to do these projects and learn these things, right? So these electives, I want you to learn. Yes, Fahad, you have raised the hand.
Yes, I always, before I evaluate any speaker, I have three what I looking for. I put it in three words. CMO, confidence, messages, not necessary direct message, and well organized speech. Always I looking for these three. Uh, you can call it simples for being a great public speaker.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I mean, you already have your own technique. That's fine. You already have your own technique, so you can continue with that. But how you will find those things in that speech, you can utilize these projects, which will give you added information. It will give you a technique. It will open your eyes and mind what to look for, how you can grab those, the message, the confidence, how you can get the confidence, how you can identify the message in the speech, etc. So it's okay to have your own technique, that's fine. Then use these electives to identify what is existing in the speech, voice, body language, and the words that is being said, whether they are appropriate to the speech, whether you understood. As an audience, remember, always as an audience, whether you understood or not. Now, why do we use descriptive language? Is to beautify the speech, right? There are speakers, they speak so well, so beautifully, that you get absorbed to, you get encroached into the speech. Use those language, whether the speaker had these things. So point number two, advanced speaking techniques, what is available in level 3 electives. Next is point 3, make a point and teach a lesson. Now this is something that the judges will look at every time they judge an evaluation. Telling the speaker, okay, this is what you have to do, you did this and you have to do this. That's just telling information. But then demonstrate how it has to be done. That is being specific. This is what the judging criteria says, being specific. Recommendations has to be positive and specific. So you have to demonstrate and show the speaker, this is how, if I were you, I would have done like this, and then show it to them, describe it to them. For example, there's an example which I found in an evaluation training, that the speaker was saying, I got on my way to office, I got down at point A, and then I walked up to point B. He was just saying this. And the evaluator said, if I were you, I would have got down at point A and I have walked up to point B, and then he demonstrated how he could have done it. And he showed it, okay, I would have done like this. At times, you need to raise your voice to emphasize what you have to say. Like that, he demonstrated and showed the speaker how it should be done. So, this is being very specific. So, always make a point and teach a lesson. make a point and teach a lesson to the audience and the speaker, which is very much required. And then this, you need at least one point. You don't have to cover all the points and demonstrate it, but at least you can say you can improve your vocal variety, you can improve your body language, and then at least one point you demonstrate how it should be done. Next, moving to point number 4, write it down. Now you can write down any way you want, what suits you, but don't write paragraphs, just in bullet points, key points you need to note down, right? And remember the first point I said, watch the speech, listen to the speech as if you're watching a movie. So if you're watching a movie, you will not have time to write down, right? So if you start writing while watching the movie, you will lose you glimpse of the movie. So therefore, just jot down the points, and you have 5 minutes to write your script for the evaluation. So you are given 5 minutes. So use that time to write the notes. Listen to the speech like you're watching a movie, and write down during the, you can jot down the main points, whatever you heard, but you complete your script during the 5 minutes. Now this is the one of the templates that I will be sharing with you, where you can use to write your notes, right? You can use this to write your notes. However, I would okay, the techniques, sandwich technique we call sandwich, which you stand about the strength, then you cover it up, bring in the improvements, some, and then you cover it up with the strength. So you tell about the good things, you tell a little bit bad, and then cover it up with the good things so that the speaker is positive. Modified sandwich method, there is a new technique called modified sandwich method, where you have the bread, the condiments, and then you have these meat, cheese, vegetables. That is being specific suggestions. Praise, areas for improvement, then being specific suggestion. You give some things, you be very specific. You may have 3 points, but one you be very specific on what he has to do, demonstrating it. And then you cover it up with the bread, which is, again, as I said, the good things, the recommendations. So this is a technique that you can use. Well, opening, you should have an opening. As an evaluator also, you have to have an opening. It can be a quote relating to the speech, or it can be something that you grabbed which really impacted your mind. It can be his closing also, a closing statement, an appeal. So you must have an opening which is different from the speaker's opening, right? It can be a quote, a theme of the speaker's content, or his closing, anything. Then you would acknowledge the speaker, acknowledge the Toastmaster of the evening, judges if it's a contest. Then you go to your body of your evaluation. In your body of the evaluation, you will cover the speaker's opening, comment about the speaker's opening, how he started, whether took your attention, whether it grabbed your concentration to the speech, etc. And then how did he move from the opening to the body of his speech. Now your body of the speech is his opening, speaker's transition, speaker's body. Then how did he, from the opening, how did he move to the main part of the speech, whether there was a proper transition, right? Then continue analyzing the content and the delivery of the speech throughout, how he had. Now here you will have cover a synopsis of the speech. Do not repeat the speech. I'm telling you, do not repeat what the speaker says. Just take points of his speech and summarize it. You started with this opening, and then you move to the body. You said this, and then you had the closing. You closed with this statement. So that's how you cover your main part of your evaluation. Then you will speak about the strengths, positive points, the voice, confidence, etc. All the techniques that we covered in the previous slides, you will cover all these points here. Now remember, 120 seconds to cover this point. 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, you have to complete this portion of the evaluation. Then you go to the recommendations, where you will be giving the speaker what he has to improve within 60 seconds, right? Within 60 seconds, you need to finish this and then sum it up. Now, this is where a lot of evaluators get hit. They, because they run out of time, they don't do the summation. Summation is all about covering points from the speaker's opening up to the closing. You just summarize it. You spoke about, you started with your speech with this, you spoke about these things, and you had good vocal variety, all the pluses, and then you just one line with your summary recommendation. If you improve these points, I'm sure you will you'll become a great speaker, and so on and so forth. So this is summation. You have to have a summation, otherwise the evaluation is not complete. Moving on, now we will do this activity time. Now, after we will have a speech from a guest speaker, a test speaker, and then we will move on to, we will cover these points, the remaining points at the once we finish the evaluation. Okay, we will pause here. Right, now what we are going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to listen to a speech, a 5 to 7 minute speech, and then we are going into two groups. I believe we have 12, leaving me and Toastmaster Malika. Of course, she also can join in. I think we have 10, is it, to, Mr. Muhammad, President?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will break into two groups.
I do have a suggestion.
Yeah.
How about we put a breakout room for every 2 to 3 members.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay.
Yeah.
3 rooms, 3 each. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool.
One group will have one additional. So we have 10 here, leaving me and Toastmaster Malika. So we have 10. We'll put it into 3 groups, 3 each. And after the speech, after the test speech, yes. Right, now is the timer ready?
Yes, confirm.
Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please listen to the speech. Now, I want you to follow the 4 techniques that I shared with you so that we can put it into practice. I believe one more is coming in. Right.
Yes. Okay, let's confirm regarding the time. So 5 is green, 6 is yellow, and 7 is red. Is that okay with you, Malika?
That's correct, yes.
Awesome.
And 30 seconds grace period.
Yeah. 5,
Right.
6, 7, and then 30 seconds grace period. Okay, now the speech is going to go start. So get yourself ready and follow the 4 points that I shared with you, and let's see how we do. So, Malika, over to you. Speech title, please.
The void.
The White.
The void. Void. Yeah.
The speech title, speaker is Toastmaster Toastmaster Mallika Mada. Speech title is The White. The White, Toastmaster Mallika Mada. Over to you.
Have you ever been in that state of mind when you felt a complete void in your life? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Excitement aflutter in the house. Luggage packed in the corner of the bedroom. And in comes the mother as her son receives a call. He answers it with a mix of emotions on his face, then disconnects the call and grabs a jacket on his way out. Standing at the door, he yells loudly, "Mom, I'm going to hang out with my friends one last time." But before he could take a step, his mother pleads, "It's too late, dear. flight to catch tomorrow. Her son, who is in his early 20s, shrinks back as a child in submission. The mother, well aware that she couldn't hold him back any longer, relents. After all, he was all set to leave for Canada tomorrow for higher studies. Hours pass in a blink, and an unsuspecting call comes through on the phone. The mother picks up and hears the sullen tone of an officer at the other end. Her heart palpitates, her throat feels dry, and her lungs clench at the dreaded words that follow. Ma'am, we have found the body of a young man crushed under the wheels of a bus. Please come to identify him. Shock. I'm sure that's what every member present here today would feel. In fact, even that would be an understatement to fathom. When the faint idea of our child being in that predicament even comes for a brief second. Yet, that was the harrowing experience that my cousin's sister lived in day after day as she woke up with the realization of losing her only child. She even replayed his final moments in her mind, blaming herself for not dragging him away that day from the door and avoiding that fatal accident. As I received the news, I was at a loss for words. What form of condolence could ease the pain of that grieving mother who nurtured and molded her child, only to bear witness and carry out the final rites? As I stood in front of her face to face during the funeral, I observed her shrunken stature, heavy-eyed, gaze unfocused. I grabbed her hand and held her tight in an effort to bring some life, as she had become a shell of the once lively cousin I had known. I went back home feeling a little forlorn, and in a couple of weeks, I departed for Riyadh. A year later, I planned my trip to India for my summer vacations. She hadn't left my mind, and I took the pretense of a visit to check on her. While her residence remained as I had last seen it, there was an air of something positive and welcoming, or that was probably the smell of the spices blanketing the house. My guess was right, because when I walked into the kitchen, it was crowded with a multitude of dishes and cutleries and a group of women preparing tasty homemade food. My curiosity kept growing bigger, and I finally asked, "What's all this? Anything special today?" My cousin walked in just in time, brimming from ear to ear, as she sat me down and said, "After the loss of my son, I felt a void that just grew bigger day by day. I felt like ending it all, including myself. My husband supported me and led me until I found my calling. And that's what you see today. I feel immense joy when I see the innocence of those destitute children that reached out to my extended hand, and I could become their hope." Ladies and gentlemen, I gained a far greater lesson that day as I witnessed the compassion shown by my cousin. By opening her heart to those who had nowhere to go, she gave them a feeling of love. And love is what transcends all miseries. By opening her arms, she found a deeper purpose in life instead of brooding over her own personal loss. When the candle of our spirit fizzles out, all it takes is the spark from someone else to be rekindled once again. Today, we all have the choice to light up someone's candle. So I hope we all choose love and compassion and lead a more meaningful life. Let's try to be that person who can fill the void in someone's life. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Malika. Yes, President Mohammed, I have shared you a template. Could you send it to
Yes,
all the members in the room?
definitely.
All right, now what we are going to do is we are going to take 5 minutes of the time to, oh, no, wait, sorry. What we're going to do now is put you all into breakout rooms in groups so that you will discuss each other with the team and prepare the notes. Okay, and then you will assign one of them, one of your team members, to present the evaluation on behalf of the team. Are we clear? Can we have a thumbs up if everyone is clear? If there's any questions, you can ask me.
Just want to know, Abdul, I believe we have Sana, and also Lemia. Basically, my number is on the chat because you're not on the Eagles group. So do show me a message right now so I can forward the document to you.
Okay, on the WhatsApp group, right?
For everyone else who is a member of the Eagles, the document is on the group now.
Okay, I'll forward it to Falcons. Okay, I've also forwarded to the Falcons group the same document. I believe they can receive it in their WhatsApp group, Falcons group. Now, any questions before we move to the breakout rooms? Do anybody has any questions, any clarifications that you need? Okay, having none. So what we're going to do is we're going to move into breakout rooms and discuss with the team and prepare your notes. At the same time, you will elect or select one of your team members to deliver the evaluation of 2 to 3 minutes. So now we will be giving you not 5 minutes but 7 minutes. Today we will give 7 minutes of the time for you to prepare the notes. Okay, let us assign them to groups.
All right, on it now.
Yep.
All right. So Hamza and Khalid, and you're going to be in the first breakout room. So do go now. For the second breakout room, we're going to have Sana. We are going to have Fahad Adajani. All right. For the third breakout room, we're going to have Sam, you're going to be there. Saleh Shayban, you're going to be also there. All right, let's see. Masara, you're going to join the first breakout room. Lamia, you're going to join the second breakout room. All right, I'll add you manually. All right. After they're all in the breakout rooms.
Great. So now myself, Toastmaster Malika, you also can help us in going to one of the rooms and just guiding them if they have any questions or clarifications. We can help them. And Mohammed, I'm sure you also can move to one group, and I will take one group.
All right. Just I see there's two that have not joined somehow. Saleh Shayban and Sambi. Are you guys there?
No, I think it's you and no, I think it's Toastmaster Malika and Toastmaster Wael.
Okay, awesome. So could you be in charge of the time?
Yes, I will close the room when the time's up.
All right, great. So I'll be moving to room 3 to make sure everything is in order.
Yeah.
All right.
Toastmaster Malika, you can join any room you would prefer. Sam and Saleh, you all have not gone into the rooms, breakout rooms. I have closed all breakout rooms, so 30 seconds, everybody will be back.
Okay, awesome.
And then we move into the assigned evaluators. We'll give the floor to the assigned evaluators to deliver the evaluations.
Okay, so
2 to 3 minutes is the timing.
all right, so I can be the timer. Who's going to be the timer? You're going to be the timer, or should I be the timer?
I can be the timer, no problem.
All right, it would be better. Okay, let's go with the first representative from the first breakout room, and then the second one, then I'll be the third one. So we can go with that order.
Yep, sure.
Hello, did we start the meeting? I can't hear anything.
Yes, Khalid, we're doing the evaluation right now. So it's going to be the last session.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Is everyone back in the main room?
Yes.
Great. Are we missing someone? We have 12.
Well, an emergency happened, so he had to go.
Okay.
So I'll be the representative.
Okay. Great. Right. So who will be, have you all decided who's going to present the evaluation for each team? Team number 1, who will be the representative?
I will be doing it.
Great. Okay, so you will be delivering an evaluation of 2 to 3 minutes, 2, 2.5, 3. I will be your timer, and I will show the color card on the screen for you to take notice.
Okay.
You can begin whenever you are ready.
Okay. Please start the counter when I say the start. Okay. So before I start, I just like to say that we were the team of three: Mr. Khalid, Mr. Masarra, and all of us have given our opinion about the speech, the good, the bad, and what are the improvements required. So it's a combination of all three of us. So I'll be representing Mr. Khalid and Mr. Masarra. Okay. So now you can start. Okay. Ms. Malika has given a great speech. The topic of it was the void, the emptiness inside you, the emptiness around you. And you, there's a very big famous saying about void is we become aware of the void as we fill it. Until we fill it, we are not aware how hollow it was. She started the speech with a question which make us ponder on what emptiness we have in our life, in which aspect we have the emptiness, personal, professional, emotional, wherever. Then she started the speech in a very good manner. The word usage was amazing. The vocabulary she used in the overall speech was excellent. The words like harrowing, pretense, transcend, these were very nice words used in a very articulative way so that it compiled the speech in a very beautiful manner. And content, overall content was very good, emotional. People can feel it, what she was going through. The word which she said in the starting as the topic, the void, it completely justified in whatever things she had said about the topic. The only things which we feel that Ms. Malika can improve on, or the only shortcomings which we felt was she was a little bit speed up, so that it's not clear because she was speaking from a little bit far away. The words were not clear, and she was very too much. The pace of the speech was a little bit higher, and the location camera was not so better because of the body language. It's not a stage; it's a camera, so that it was not that clear. It was a little bit distracting. And then, what the only thing which I felt personally was the ending of the speech was not clear to me. Who were those kids? Were adopted? They came from somewhere? Was there a function? She was trying to fulfill, but how? What was it? So the only closing, I could not do that. Then overall, the speech was amazing, very good, emotional. The words were very good, clear and conscious, compiled in a very proper manner, in the way that the complete 7 minutes was utilized, 6 minutes was utilized in a proper way. Thank you so much.
All right, team number 2, who will be delivering the speech?
Yes, it's going to be me. And
Great.
my team, I get help from Toastmaster Lamia and Toastmaster Sana, and a little bit help from our mentor, Muhammad, after. So
You can begin whenever you're ready.
Okay, I will start right now. What brings people together is great stories. And Toastmaster Malika, she was a great storyteller. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, special guests, good evening. We saw before moments one of beautiful speeches, and we also recognize the moral of telling stories. We really like her enthusiasm and her confidence. Also, we should focus on what we call it, the rhythm of the telling a story. If it's going fast or if it's going slow. So may Toastmaster Malika should work on this. Also, the messages at the end of the speech wasn't that little bit clear, or let's say more impact. So we hope that she will in the future focus on this, what we call it, few details that probably she will not get any struggles in delivering a speech. That was my time. Thank you very much.
Team number 3.
Yes.
All right. Ready whenever you are.
All right. So on behalf of Team 3, I'll be representing the team. We had Saleh Al-Shayban, and we also had Sam, and there was me. Do we start?
Yep, go ahead.
All right. Motherhood is the greatest thing and is the hardest thing. It was a quote that was said by Ricky Lake. And the reason why I'm mentioning this, Malika, is because you are telling us a story about motherhood. And the story is not being told by someone who is not a mother or someone who is not of the gender. You are telling us with the best form of clarity, not with body language, which you basically sufficed it, not with gestures, which you did it very good, not with the tonality and the voice, but no, it was also because you were embodying the best form of clarity, talking about mother. You began the speech and you were telling us a story, because why would you not tell someone a story when you want them to realize one thing? And that thing is purpose. And you cannot teach something without telling a story, or else there will not be any value. You provided so many forms of clarity and you added one extra thing to it. What really separates a good speaker and a better speaker, there was this one criteria which you supplied us with. And that criteria was vocabulary. We go for advanced words and not go for simple ones because we want that meaning to very much hit harder. And this is what you managed to do. You're giving us the best forms of clarity. And then let me start with the message. You started with a story that was so much beautiful, and you kept on going down and down and down and down, talking about something that everyone in this room relates to, because we all have come from a mother. And you were talking about motherhood. I believe that every one of us has had a mother or has seen their mother today. And if someone was not able to see their mother today because of some incident, they felt the speech. And if they could, they felt the speech. So you scored a very high mark for me. Relatability, the best thing that makes a speaker a better one. When it comes to just giving a speech and want people to understand, there is one thing that I always focus on. Everything else you were doing very good, but this one thing that you needed to just sort of hit. You were talking and there was so much confidence in your message. I give you this, and it felt like I was listening to a politician because of that strength. It looked like I was looking at a president. It was very good, a boss, a CEO. But one thing that you needed to work on is just maybe change the tonality, speak slower, and just breathe with each So just to summarize my speech, you gave us the best type of clarity. You gave us good vocabulary, a good title. You connected with a speech title and you connected with everything. But one thing that I would want you to just do is just change the tonality and just breathe and speak slowly. Because giving an emotional speech is the hardest thing in this world. Because understanding is more important. Back to you.
Well done, team. You all did well. Just to read out the timing, team 1 2 minutes and 45 seconds, team 2 2 minutes and 11 seconds, and team 3 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Now, what did team 1 miss from team 2 and team 3, and what did team 2 miss from team 1 and team 3, and what did team 3 miss from whatever said by team 1 and team 2? I want you to analyze yourself and see, okay, I would have said this, yeah, I should have captured that. One thing we generally do is after we come and sit, after we do our evaluation, we come and sit and with, oh, I could have said that, oh, I missed this point. It happens. So this is why when we are in the isolation room, we go through the speech. This is why my point one, my key point one is listen to the speech like you're watching a movie. So if you watch a movie, you will not miss a thing. And then you go to the isolation room, or you take the time. When the time comes to note down your script, you remember the speech, you remember the movie that you just watched, which is 5 to 7 minutes. Come on, you watch a movie of 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours movie, and you remember the whole story, right? How we started, how we ended. 5 to 7 minutes, it's nothing. So listen to the speech like you're watching a movie. I'm sure you will be able to grab every attention. Now, I noticed something that you all missed. What is it? It was not so visible, but then I noticed it. Yes, Toastmaster Muhammad.
I would say demonstration.
Sorry?
I would say demonstration, which is mention a point, but then demonstrate it. Give an example of it or like say it.
Not in terms of content. I would say in terms of body language. It was the posture. I always noticed that Postmaster Mallika was not standing straight. It's always leaning on to one leg. Every time you speak, each point you say, you move. You don't do a stage movement, but you shift on your legs. Either you're standing on the right leg or putting your weight on the left leg, which is not a good posture for a speaker. Now, a speaker, I cannot demonstrate here because we are in a virtual world. Always have your foot right to each other, close to, not very close, not too far, not too close, not too far, where you can spin your knees. That's the right distance of your feet, and both has to be parallel. And maybe your usual leg, maybe you're a right hander, maybe you're a left hander, you could use that usual your strong leg a little forward than the other one. That could give you a great posture. So always standing straight is very important when you deal with, because that gives that confidence to the audience. So this is something I noticed, and I know some of you noticed yes, you all mentioned about the pace. There was no pause. The pause was missing. That pregnant pause was missing in the speech. That's why you had, I mean, your timing was less than 6 minutes, so you have time. So that pause could have really helped the audience to digest what you just said and before moving to the next one. So that's why the conclusion for some of the audience, the conclusion was not really clear. So pauses are very important. These are transitions as well, right? Moving saying one point from one end of the screen, then moving to the next without speaking will give you that pause and that transition. So you spoke about the incident where your cousin's son was going out, he was going away abroad, and then you stop speaking, move to the second line or to the left of your screen, and then you start speaking the next sentence. So there you're giving a pause there, and the audience can digest what you said, and then you start your speech. So these points I think you need to cover. I mean, I did not see these being covered by any of the evaluators. Now, what brings you the champion out of, especially when it goes to division level, because all the champions are coming to the division. So where you stand out is maybe from a very, very minute point. So try to capture those advanced techniques as much as possible. Well, with this, I would like to end my workshop. If there are any questions, I'm ready to take up. Couple of questions, just 2 minutes, and then we will wind up. And I will be sharing some documents through your president, of course, to both the presidents, where you can use these templates. Start using these templates in your regular evaluations so that you get used to the format. Once you are used to the format, you can improvise it in any way you want. So start using that format, which will help you to write what you have to say and then use the similarly, because in club meetings we have two different, one is verbal evaluation, the other one is the written evaluation. The written evaluation is something is different, that is you write to you respond to the question asked in the evaluation. That doesn't have to be the same for your verbal evaluation. The verbal evaluation, you use the template I gave you to start with and practice using that. I'm sure within no time you will become great evaluators. Any questions? Having none, thank you so much for this opportunity. I hand over the lectern to the President, Muhammad.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And third time is a charm. Thank you very much. This goes for you, Abdul. This goes for you, Malika. And this goes for everyone. What I would love us to do right now is each person will take, let's say, from 10 to 20 seconds. Just tell us what you thought about the workshop. And let's have a good short discussion. Let's start with Abdul. I know you just spoke, but tell us what you thought about the members. We had Hamza, we had Fahad, you saw the breakout rooms, and then we're going to go with Malika and then everyone else.
For me to begin with, I have noticed, I watched team one, they actually captured very good points, but then it did not come out in their script. Now, all the points, all the evaluators, they gave what they heard was good, acceptable. I would say that the points captured has to be structured in a way as a speech. Remember that evaluation is also a speech. So that's why I said you need to have an opening, you need to have a body of the evaluation and then the summation. So in the body of the evaluation, you mention the speaker's opening, a small description of what was said, and then the recommendations and the improvements, room for improvement. Now, what I did not see is the synopsis of the speech. When I say synopsis, you just briefly explain how the speaker started and then what the speaker said. Now remember, evaluation, when it goes to content, is all about how you were listening to the speech. It's all about listening and speaking, right? So the judges will notice everything you say. That means if you repeat, if you give a synopsis of the speech of Toastmaster Mallika, that means the judges know, okay, you were listening. That's an added point for you. So just give a summary of the speech. You started with this, you spoke about this, you spoke about this, then you ended with this, and you had great transitions. Wonderful. Just like that, the essence of the speech, and then you mention what you liked most of the speech. Emphasize that. what I liked most, the most impact I got from your speech is when you said that the child was dragged under the tire. I mean, that really, I really felt it. I really felt, my eyes just squinted. I mean, what happened? That I liked. So these things, when you explain in your evaluation, it gives added impact. It goes above. So this is all I have to say. And the timing, as I mentioned, it was 2 minutes and 11 and 15. So you have time. It's 2 to 3 minutes. So you have 3.5 minutes, but you ended up in 2 minutes and 11 seconds. You had another 1 minute to speak. So you could have covered a little more. All right, so that's all. Just follow the structure. I just urge you all to follow the structure I have given in the template to begin with, and I'm sure you will improvise it later on. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Miss Champion Malika.
Well, I would like to thank you all for having me here today as a test speaker, especially DTM Abdul for having me here. It was a wonderful session. I got to learn a lot, and I was with Team 1 and I could see that you all have a lot of potential in you. I had witnessed our President Mohammed's performances in the area and the division contest, and I can clearly see a champion in him. In fact, I was in awe when I heard his table topic sessions, the table topic contest. I was hoping that he would be crowned as the winner, as the first place winner. And though I'm the club mentor for your club, but I feel that I will get to learn a lot from you all, because that much potential each one of you have. So it's as DT Mabdul has said, it's a give and take relationship, and we will get to learn from each other. So looking forward to many more enriching meetings in the coming weeks. And thank you all for the wonderful evaluations. Over to you.
Thank you very much. And again, thank you for being there. I'm actually very excited for your speech next week, so hopefully we'll not bail out. We also had Lamia. Lamia, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Great. Go ahead.
Do you want me to say something?
Yes. I know you were in the room with Fahad. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Fahad is a great guy. Tell us what you thought about the breakout room or the evaluation, the test speaker, in 10 to 20 seconds.
Okay, regarding to my experience, I have to admit this is my second attempt to attend a Toastmaster group. For me, evaluating people based on unknowledge, previous unknowledge is a little bit challenging. However, I was able to understand exactly what is the main points that we need to look for it. It was so easy for me also to see evaluating as a sandwich, like we need to find some positive point. And when we talked to Fahad, he was able to point out all the positive points, and it was so easy for us to see it and write it down. And then Sana was able to mention some challenging point that it need to be improved a little bit. For my experience, it's a small experience though, but as a listener or as a watching of a movie, let's say, I was also able to see the main point that would be improved. I'm so happy also for what I hear from Afdal about the right posture for presenting. So overall, that was an awesome experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lamia. I think we can all agree that we all need an Afdal in our life. It's good to have you, Afdal, in the Eagles. We also have Sana. Sana, would you like to say something?
Yeah, hi. I want to thank everyone for this amazing workshop. It was such an eye-opening one, and I want to thank Fahad for volunteering after my and Lamia's demands for him to be our evaluator. thank you, Afdal, for this amazing workshop again. And it was really nice to experience how to be an evaluator. This gave a good idea and to how evaluate the speaker, and for a speaker to what expect from evaluators to see. Thank you, everyone.
Sana, when do you plan to be a regular in the Eagles, by the way?
Once the Falcons kick me.
You join like once a month, by the way.
How?
This is your second time joining. You join us like once a month, by the way. You can always attend our meetings. We don't tax in here.
I'd love that. I'm gonna text you to send me the links for your meetings.
Yes, we have a guest school, by the way. So my number is on the chat. You could show me a message and I'll get back to you. Again, thank you very much for joining for the second time. So let us go to, let's see who's there. Hamza, it's you.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, first of all, Mr. Abdul. Whatever workshop you have done, what you have said, the thing about the posture thing was very nice. It's not only will help me here, but also in my personal career, because I'm a trainer. So I'll make sure that I also follow that thing in my life. And the complete thing was amazing. It was quite a learning which we have done today. And the concept of giving into breakout rooms and doing the analysis for the complete speech within 3 people of our team, Ms. Masarra, Khalid, that was the very good thing, because after listening to a speech, there is some thought which I have, but I cannot be correct. So when I listened to Khalid, when I listened to Ms. Masarra, that changed my thought, because that gave me the perception of what they had. So it was very nice to have the collective thought and bring out something together as a team. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much, Hamza. Thank you very much. Teamwork. Yes.
I could not.
Okay. Yeah, you highlighted the importance of teamwork. You missed the workshop that we had earlier today about emotional intelligence. So teamwork was one of those things. And we have Fad, Sana, and also Lamia. They both talked about your professionalism and your great points. And I never take a chance, I never take a chance off to just like not compliment you. So what would you like to say about yourself?
Oh, don't let me start. I will talk about myself until tomorrow. I'm an artistic artist. No, actually, I really, when I evaluate any public speaker, it's a little bit challenging to me. But Toastmaster Sana and Toastmaster Lemia, they just let it so easy for me. So I really want to thank them. I really, since I start my career, I really love people criticize my work, and because that's what keep me going and improving myself. Because if someone show up and saw my work or saw or read a story or script that I wrote and then said, well, then that's good, I will not involve. I will not make myself a great artist. What I really need is mentors and real friends and real teachers. They show me what my mistakes, so I can learn from it. And they told me, even if it sometimes is hard, but it is better than they said, just you just good job, okay, and then I will not learn. You know what I mean. So really, today was a busy day. the workshop, and then another workshop, and another webinar, so yeah, I keep it. I never thought that I will be very busy at home. I thought when I stay at home, I thought that I will have what they call it, a free time, but no, every day it is a busy day, and I didn't leave my home from, I don't know, a long time ago. Back to you, our beloved president.
Thank you very much. Fahd is an actor and he got to play tomorrow, by the way, at 8, from 8 till 9. So if you would like to pay a visit, Fahd Dajani could put your number on the chat. That would be very wonderful. For the last person, the dignitary of tonight, Saleh Shayban, how you doing? I know Saleh had connection issues. I believe he still has it going on. All right, so with that note, I want to thank every one of you for attending. Again, Fahd is going to have a play tomorrow, so if you would love to attend, it's at 8 p.m. Do shoot him a message. This is once of a lifetime type of chance. Thank you very much. Thank you, Malika, Abdul. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And we officially adjourn the meeting. We'll see you next week, inshallah.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye. All right. Abdul, thank you again. We're going to end the meeting now. What happened with the meeting, by the way? The in-person meeting.
We are planning maybe for Sunday or
Yeah.
Tuesday. I think last week I couldn't get a confirmation from Mirza and Naresh.
Mm.
So Wael has agreed maybe Sunday or Tuesday.
All right.
Yeah, I'll get to confirm to you on WhatsApp, inshallah.
Awesome. Again, Abdul, it's always a beautiful thing to have you. You're always welcome. You don't need to, to come for work.
It's my pleasure.
You're always welcome.
It's my
your
pleasure.
family here, your family. Thank you very much. And I'm going to end the meeting
Welcome.
now.
Okay, bye-bye. Good night.
Bye.
See you. Bye.